Welcome. This is Behind the Scenes at World of Pop, our podcast. Subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, and like something called Stitcher. Anyway, enjoy.
All right. Is this okay? We're good.
Yeah, we're good. So Josh, what are we talking about today?
Well, I'm actually going to start by saying thank you to everybody. Welcome to the World of Pop, episode 8.
7? 8?
No, 8. 8.
8.
Yep. And lucky number 8. Here we go. It seems like yesterday we just started this thing, so this is really fun. Thank you for your support on YouTube, everybody out there. We're doing a little bit of audio and video. It's going really well. Subscribe, please, because you'll be getting free merch next month when it drops if you're a subscriber.
That's right.
Also, we just added Stitcher and Amazon. I don't know if anyone uses them, but we're on them.
Josh has been going crazy with the social media. He's been running our Instagram. Thank God, because I definitely would not be able to do it.
This is really good, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
So
I brewed it. I used.
Oh, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
Don't get ahead of ourselves here. Let's finish up our intro. Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Yes.
And I taught you a Jewish word.
Shalom.
Shalom. Back to you, because that's hello, goodbye, peace. So we're just saying what up, peace. And anyway, l'chaim to all my Jewish friends and family. We are so happy that we're going to drop an episode tomorrow, or actually tonight at midnight, because it starts at sundown tonight. Tonight's Thursday.
That's right.
Jewish holidays start at sundown. The night before, the calendar days marked on the English calendar.
Josh spent all day yesterday out shopping to get his daughter's Hanukkah presents.
Yes, I did the Hanukkah Harry, which is our equivalent of Santa Claus. It's it's just a funny way of saying like the one that brings all of the presents.
Hanukkah Harry, huh?
Yeah, so I hope they love them and they don't listen to this explicit podcast. So anyway, we're gonna just move forward and say we love all our followers and subscribers, and I want to make sure that we're still going to be doing Mondays, and we've added IGTV, and we've also added some wacky reels. They're fucking really funny. I try to be funny. I think they're funny. I laugh. I'm making fun of myself to some extent.
Every day when I start my day, with right after my shower. I spend 30 minutes on the phone with Josh, and he keeps me updated on what he's doing.
We got 2 minutes to get to our next segment.
Yeah. So we're going to bump up. We've got a very special interview today.
So we got to put the...
we're going to have to bump this back.
Yeah.
We were running a little bit behind schedule, so we're going to make this call now. We've got our second guest on the show, Westy Magnuson.
Yes.
From Mall Grab Coffee out in Portland.
Yeah.
About a year ago, Josh did a brew review with them. One of his coffees.
There we go.
Westy.
Here's his number.
Family man, skateboarder, coffee roaster, Mall Grab Coffee in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, we're definitely excited to have him. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been married to Amanda for 12 years, and we've got 3 boys. Jones is 9, Solomon's going to be 7 the day after tomorrow, and Andrew's just turned 3.
Wow.
Big family.
So the kids skate too?
Yeah, they do. They all like it to varying degrees. The oldest one is a really cautious guy, so he does like it, but he doesn't just like to play it safe, which there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
The middle one is the one who's the most into it, and then my 3-year-old would love to be doing it, but he's just like a little bit young, and he doesn't like me to help him. So
I know. I had that problem of teaching my daughters to skate at first. They didn't want the dad like telling them what to do all the time. They wanted their little bit of freedom. But they I love. We used to do like a day where we take the girls skateboarding, and like all the kids would skate together, all the youngins. So like I was like that dad too, and so I know how it feels.
Sure.
That's how we met, actually. I just wanted to tell our listeners, like, skateboarding bridges a lot of people together across the country, across the world. I've met some of the best
most meaningful connections in my life through skateboarding.
I don't even skate, but the skaters that I do know have introduced me definitely to people that I otherwise would not know or have the opportunity to know.
Definitely. So you give back to Westy. So you're giving back to kids skateboarding $1 per purchase. Are we correct?
Yeah. So when I was first contemplating how I wanted to do it and what I would want to do, I was just like, I need like a little more like purpose if I'm going to stick with it long term than like just as a hobby. And I was like, well, what if I could use it to help, give back to skateboarding and something like I volunteer here at Skate Church, which is a free indoor skate park in Portland. I've been doing that for about 5 or 6 years now, and I was like, a lot of these kids that come there that we like work with and help, like, their skateboards are pretty beat up, and like it's a big deal for them to like just go drop like $50 or $70 on a new deck, like stuff that they can do all the time. So I was like, well, I'm gonna try to make the profits go towards that, and then I was looking at a few different models about like percents and like after profits and all, and the reason I just went with $1 back up front is like honestly for ease of my mind, like it's easier to keep track of. It's just like how many bags I thought, okay, that's how many dollars I have.
Right. $1 per bag.
And then also I was like, it just felt like, not that the other ways are wrong by any means, but like for me, I felt like if you're buying something for that reason, you know exactly like how much of your money is going towards it. So like, if you buy 2 bags, you know that $2 is going towards that, right up front, and you don't have to wonder like, what's the percent of the profit, like how much of my money is actually going to that.
Yeah, is it percent of the net profit or the net total, gross total? Are you including tax in that? How much is left afterwards?
Yeah, I think it's a great.
And again,
idea.
I'm not dissing anyone that does it that way. It's just for me, it felt like easier honestly, and then it just give a little clearer picture of like where your money's going.
Yeah, keeping it simple is kind of the way to go, honestly. I really admire that too. I know locally, like, I mean, in the skateboarding community, like other brands have like done that, but I don't know any coffee companies. So, I have another question for you. Moving on, why the Simpsons?
Yeah. Just like one of the advantages of it being just me is like a lot of the brands or companies I really like kind of have like character or like personality, so to speak. And I was like, I don't have to worry about everything I do aligns with the company's personality because it's just me. So I was like, I just really love The Simpsons, and I'm going to talk about all of that anyway. So I'm just going to incorporate it pretty directly.
Hypothetically, it's just you, but hypothetically, if you gained enough traction, which I mean, you're doing great, man. I love your social media presence and in general, your website, everything, and your merch is on 10. It's great. But what would you be willing to grow larger and employ some people at some point? You think, or have you thought of that?
Yeah, I would for sure. I think it's a lot. I know that you've got an entrepreneurial history and you've started a few companies. If I remember right when I was talking before, I've never started something from nothing that scaled to the degree where it could be my full source of income. So thinking about that is just honestly a little bit hard for me to wrap my head around.
Yeah, you just keep chipping away at it.
Be sad if this is what I would not be sad if that's what I did for my living. It was just this full time.
For only a year, man, I really do think that you're doing great. So I wouldn't put it past that. You might be asking yourself these questions soon.
Yeah, no doubt. And a year. That's about right when we started, and we came into contact pretty quick. But what got you into coffee originally?
Back
what
up a
made
second. Where's the passion in roasting?
Yeah.
Like where? That's a big.
Where
decision.
was your first opportunity roasting coffee? How did that come about? Because I know a lot of people drink coffee, obviously, but not a lot of people roast coffee.
Totally. Yeah. So it's the same. I know a lot of people that are interested, especially got started in I went to high school in a really small town. So then when I got to college, that was honestly the first time I ever even had a Starbucks. And I was like, man, I love Starbucks. But that's because I was basically just drinking, cups of sugar is what they want.
Yeah.
Caramel frappuccino. I was like, this is great. I want to do this all the time. And then slowly, surely, I kind of got into less and less stuff in the coffee. And then as I got my stuff in it, I was wanting better coffee. And then got into home brewing, just the rabbit hole from there. And then I was actually on a mission trip to Mexico to build houses. And the guy who I was in the bus with, one of the guys in the bus, he was like, we got to talk coffee. He's like, yeah, I just roast my own coffee, and it's always good and it's always fresh. I'm like, oh, how do you do that? He's like, well, I just have like an air popcorn popper, and I just buy green beans and just roast it when I need it. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. So
hell yeah.
when I got back from building the house, I just bought an air popper at a Goodwill. I started experimenting, and then I was like, man, this is good.
Yeah, I've heard of people doing that.
Yeah.
No, people all the time ask us, does our name have something to do with roasting on a popcorn popper? And it doesn't at all.
Did you get one of the whirly pop machines? I heard those are really popular for that.
No, I didn't have the whirly pop one. This is just like the plug-in one that's got like a chute pointing down, and it's just the air movement. It's hot air movement, so it's kind of like super micro level fluid bed roasting is what it's kind of like.
Cool.
Right.
So that was your foray into it?
Yeah, that was my first into it, and the coffee was good, and I showed it to more people, like, yeah, it's good, and I'm like, yeah, well, you have to do that because you're my family, I'm my friends, or whatever.
Right.
And other people who have reason to be honest with, to lie to me, and still getting good feedback, and I was like, well, either there's two things going on. Either I'm some kind of a savant roaster, which I guarantee is not the case, or what really matters is that you get good green coffee.
That is true.
Absolutely.
So then I scaled up to a B-More 1600 plus. I used that for past like 9 or 10 months maybe, and then I recently just got a Alio Bullet, which is more of a mini of a real quote real roaster. Hooks up to.
I was going to ask, what are you using currently?
What's the capacity on that one? I think the smallest roaster I've ever used, I think, was a 100-gram roaster. It's a Quest M3. That's the sample roaster that I use.
Yeah, so the B-More, I would, in order to get a good development that I liked, I wouldn't go bigger than a 300-gram. The Bullet, which I'm on now, is I don't like to go anything over 900 grams from that, just because it's harder to get like a good result that you want. I think the official capacity of it is a kilo.
Right. Well, yeah, filling the roaster to capacity is never something that I like doing either.
Yeah.
I like to have a little bit of play in there, make sure nothing's getting squished out.
Totally.
Cool. I'm really hyped on this whole interview. I'm like kind of geeking out right now. Westy Magnuson is on our show.
Yeah, Westy, you're the very first coffee roaster that we've had on our show. You're the second guest.
And both from the Northwest.
I'm excited. I'm glad to be here,
Yeah. Thank you.
I saw who was on the first one, but I'm not remembering who it was.
Oh, no, it hasn't come out. It comes out tonight for Hanukkah.
Yep. That's a friend of mine who recently took the trek, moved out to the Pacific Northwest.
Tanner.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, and I know you guys have been. You have a new coffee dropping soon, or you did drop it recently? I can't remember which it was.
Yeah, we got an Ethiopia now, which I don't think we got you, and actually we're going to send you a bag of that. And the first bag we got from you actually was in Ethiopia, if I recall, and it was really good. So I'd like to pick your brain on how we did.
Yeah, we should do another bag trade.
Let's do it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm hyped.
Yeah, man. I will basically always have at least one Ethiopia available. That's my personal sweet spot.
Awesome.
And then one more thing, Westy. I recently took a trip out to Portland a few months ago, and Josh told me, he goes, "Oh, you got to stop at Mall Grab. You got to stop at Mall Grab, you know." And I looked it up. You don't have a brick and mortar, right?
No, I don't. No.
Just an e-commerce coffee roaster, right?
Okay.
You're just like you're all online then, or are you in some local shops?
Yeah. No local shops. There's one shop, funny enough, there's one shop that carries my coffee in Nashville called Wheat Coffee.
Okay.
But that's literally the only place in the country, if you actually want to walk up and get a cup of coffee, it would be Wheat Coffee in Nashville. Other than that, I've got a toll roasting partner, or a white label partner, where I help them design and come up with the coffees, and then I roast and fulfill for them, but it's all under their brand and label.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about, so can you tell us where we can, go over to mallgrabcoffee.com, and where else, if anywhere else, can we get our listeners get your coffee, any promos you got going on, just, shout it out.
Yeah, so mallgrabcoffee.com, Instagram's the best place to go. I believe if it's not active as of now, I'll update it as soon as we're done. I believe I've got a code part going on right now that I'm giving for a discount, and I have something else funny that I'm working on to try to jam in before the end of the year that's Christmas related. So keep an eye out for that too. It'll make sense when you see it why I'm saying funny, but it's just kind of a fun thing to do.
Right. Well, so yeah, we did a giveaway train with you too, so keep us in the loop for more stuff. And we will too, because we're going to be doing a bunch of that.
Yeah. And for our listeners, be sure to check out Mulgrab's Instagram. It's good content. I love it.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
I work hard on it, and it's fun, and I'm always featuring other roasters on it, which sometimes confuses people because they're like, "Are you a multi-roaster or do you
like a blogger?"
Other people's coffee?
But we're kind of doing the same thing. We're trying to put on a I love your energy and your approach to coffee, and everybody should head over to mallgrabcoffee.com and check it out. Pick up a bag. $1 goes to kids who need new skateboards.
That's right.
Which is a great things for kids to pick up. It teaches you a lot about, in my mind, skateboarding. I don't know if you would agree here, Westy. It teaches you a lot about how to pick yourself up and try again.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, there's creativity. I think it's artful. I think it's exercise. It's also community. Like, I'm a huge advocate for the benefits for skateboarding, and I think it's getting to be seen more as that widely. It used to kind of be like, I don't want my kids skating because then they're going to be like skipping school and smoking weed, and I think I'm not saying that never happens anymore, but I don't think that's kind of the concept of it anymore.
Yeah,
I think the stigma's starting to change a little bit
on both weed and skateboarding. So
for sure,
yeah.
It's definitely different than it was.
We're both currently smoking a personal joint as we talk to you, by the way. So just to make that full circle.
I got my drug of choice on right now, which is the coffee.
Yeah, all the time.
It's crazy how much stuff changes.
Yeah, no, I definitely gotta balance. We're that's what I'm all about, is balance, and so is our coffee, and yours is a well balanced and amazing coffee, and I hope that our listeners give it a try. Thanks for being on the show, man. We're gonna move on to our next segment,
awesome. Yeah, thanks for having me.
We'll shoot you a bag of.
I love it.
Yeah, let's trade and collaborate.
Yeah. Thank you, Westy.
Awesome. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, good talking to you guys. Take it easy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye. Dude, it ended at exactly almost. No, it's 4:19. Not. I was hoping it was. We got 45 seconds, but it's almost 4:20. Everybody. That brings up our next topic, which is that the federal government the House only has pushed forward a bill that decriminalizes weed on a federal level, giving expungement to people who have been nonviolent crimes, and that's a lot of people who have bad records or are in prison for crimes that they shouldn't be because of prohibition on marijuana. I feel it's important to say that it's really unlawful the way that Nixon got it all grouped in there in the 70s, I think, and the war on drugs just plain old fucking sucks. So if you agree, drop a comment. If you hate the war on drugs. And anyway, coffee also, I feel, in marijuana have an artisan capable. There's these correlations,
absolutely.
Which
wine, whiskey,
I want to bring up these
the cannabis industry and the cannabis community.
Gummies.
It's much more. I'm
gonna show them on IGTV.
It's a very serious thing. People take it.
These right here.
People do some pretty incredible things.
So, Mindy, they're like artisan. She's literally active chef.
Yeah, people eat edibles all the time. My favorite is when people show up and they're like, "Dude, I got this fucking 500 milligram chocolate bar. Do you want half of it?" And I'm like, "Dear God, no!" Like,
I don't need all that.
I'm like,
these are 2 or 5.
What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, I don't even know why they sell it like that. Who wants to eat like one tiny little piece of chocolate? And that's like a 20 milligram edible. For some people, myself included, like that's enough to
medicate responsibly, people.
That's enough to make me pretty sleepy.
Yeah.
These that Josh eats. These are 2 milligrams a piece.
And they do have a 5 milligram a piece one, but the thing is, they're like literally orgasmic in flavor. I can't tell you how good that's palm or berry. I can't even believe every single time. I'm not even eating them to get buzzed as much as I just have a sweet tooth, and can't get enough of these. So Mindy's chef-led artisanal edibles. We're an artisan coffee roaster. She's an artisan candy maker who infuses her stuff with THC oil. So everybody go try Mindy's. They're hard to find right now. Shout out to I think Utopia Gardens because they're expensive. Some dispensaries don't carry them, and so we wanna tell people about the good stuff. Buy our coffee, eat these gummies.
Your choice.
Wait, it's your section, dude.
My section.
No, it's the V60.
It's the V60. We were going to talk about this before our interview, but
here, just go through it real quick.
Yep. So.
Okay, I'll start. Stay there. Sure. The V60 Starter Kit, bought on Amazon. It's $24.99 on Amazon Prime, and it comes with the plastic V60, the filters, and the carafe. Now, the carafe's glass, and it's high quality, and it's Japanese. It's authentic Hario equipment.
And mind you, I bought a glass Hario not a super long time ago, and the server that mine came with was, I think, a 2.5 cup. Cup server.
What's that?
Tiny. This is a 5-cup server. This is a very good size. I made a whole pot of coffee.
Yeah, can I have a little more? You give me a warm up?
Absolutely. This is like, the carafe that this came with is like the size.
You spilled coffee on my phone, man.
You were pulling your mug away. This
That's
carafe.
a new iPhone. It's waterproof.
This carafe. The thing that I love about this carafe, not only the shape.
Is it waterproof?
Did
I just make that up?
Oh. Yeah. I love this carafe. The shape of it. It feels so good. It's so sturdy. It's the size,
that is actually the best part of the starter kit.
It's the size of a hotel, coffee pot.
But this, you can drop it and it's not going to crack. It might crack, but it's not going to break. The durability factor.
Yeah,
so
in my opinion, the plastic V60 is literally the best V60 you can get.
Yeah, so this is what you get. So you're going to get this carafe, and you're going to get the topper, and then you get the filters. They give you a nice thick pack. It's like 2 inches thick. I think they're probably 50. And we go also, and if you add it, this is separate, so it's like a la carte or whatever. But you want to get the Mini Slim Plus grinder. Make sure we're saying that right. Check the box out.
Way to go, man. Let's see. It is the ceramic Mini Slim Plus.
So
ceramic burrs inside, completely adjustable hand grinder.
Made in China. I thought it was Japanese, yo.
I don't know, man.
Isn't
No,
Hario a Japanese company?
This thing is slick. Right before the show, I played with the adjusting with the burrs a little bit. This is a hand grinder that you can make espresso with.
It's getting a 4 out of 5 because it's made in China instead of Japan.
If you look right over there, there's espresso ground up that I did with this.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
You have full capability to touch every range.
This hand grinder is literally the most versatile hand grinder that I've ever seen.
No, it actually is amazing. The thing about it is the capacity is a little light. I wish the bottom was a little bit bigger.
Yeah, it was a workout.
And it's a bit of a workout. So we're going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. But honestly, buy this for $24.99 on Amazon Prime, and that was $14.99, and you get that, and it comes with a scooper. So if you don't have a scale, which you could pick that Coffee Gator one we reviewed up and get going for. This is we're trying to tell people how to get a pour-over setup, and soon we'll have our own setup. But until then, we're just going to review as much gear as possible.
Yeah, if you're a person who thinks maybe I'm clumsy, I don't want to drop things. Get the plastic V60.
That's why it's a starter set.
Get the plastic one.
Upgrade later.
It's never gonna break.
Wait, we got one here because look, this one broke. This is ceramic, the actual V60. It's beautiful too, though. This one's
the glass V60 that I have in my home.
Beautifully.
It has a crack. The whole glass piece right here, cracked all the way up. Okay. It works just fine, but it is broken.
But you could just cut yourself.
You could cut yourself.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Don't.
I'm a cautious fella.
Be careful, kids. Wait, kids, don't listen to our podcast.
Yeah, don't.
Why are kids listening? Parents, make sure your kids aren't listening to our podcast.
Unless they're super cool kids.
My 10-year-old drinks coffee. I know. Dude, I go and I see the bag open and she's just a bean's missing and she just went and got the bean out and she just chews on it. You notice that... She doesn't close things. Kids don't clean up after themselves well. They don't cover the tracks.
No, I'm saying you notice when there's one bean missing.
No, she leaves the bag open. I noticed the bag being open.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, I know she was in here.
You walk over to your bag of coffee.
No, but she does it one bean at a time. You know what I mean? She's munching on coffee beans all when she hangs out with me. Because I always make coffee. So she's developed a taste for it.
Love it.
I make my coffee and I give her a little, every time with her eggs and bacon. That's wonderful. But anyway, we want to say this, actually. Specifically, the grinder's a 4 out of 5, but the starter kit is a 5 out of 5.
Oh, 5 out of 5 by far.
Yeah.
Big time, a 5 out of 5.
Great buy. And together, it's a 4.5.
V60,
Like
honestly,
the kit that we created
Yeah.
is we're giving a 4.5. If you get the Mini Slim Plus ceramic coffee mill and the pour over kit V60, both Hario official gear. For some of us snobbier and more advanced, this stuff is child's play. But honestly, we're not here for them. We're here to tell people what's up.
Know, and people out there, if you ever meet anybody in the world who thinks that V60s are a terrible way or a lesser way to make coffee, they're wrong.
That's not what pop coffee is about.
This is a staple. This is literally, you want to make a cup of coffee, this is very simple.
It's beautiful.
Super nice. Like,
I mean, it's plastic, but it's beautiful.
You know.
Honestly, in the game, like, you gotta...
Same thing with drip coffee. There's some people out there that don't drink drip coffee. Like, you know, a regular coffee pot. That shit can be good.
Also, I want to reiterate that pop coffee stands for pour over perfection and has nothing to do with a whirly pop. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing to do with a whirly
don't
pop.
ever.
Nothing.
We've never... We're not... But I actually want to.
But the thing is...
Like, stop asking me. Everybody asks me all the time. So you
it is hard, dude. I can't imagine trying to make coffee.
It's funny to me, though.
I commend people that can do that.
I've
had coffee on whirly pops.
No, I'm not knocking it at all. I'm just saying I'm getting sick of asked if it has to do with our name. And I wanted to reiterate, our name stands for Pour Over Perfection. What's that acronym?
Pop.
Coffee.
Yeah.
I didn't do a good one. Coffee.
Love it.
There you go. I had to redo that.
Thank you very much.
All right. Happy Hanukkah. Moving on. Barista Horror Stories. What do you got for us, Jordan?
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta say it. Barista Horror Stories, as told by Jordan.
All right. So I wasn't even working at this point. I don't even think that I was a customer, or not a customer. I don't think that I was still currently a barista at this point. I don't think I was working there. Maybe I was, but I walk into the cafe that I had been working at, and there's a gentleman sleeping at one of the tables. And the people working, formerly or still working there, you know, they're like, hey, what should we do? You know, I'm like, give them like 20 minutes and then wake them up and tell them to leave. You know, people get sleepy. It happens. Some people, you know, some people just need a place to sleep. You can take a nap for 20 minutes. It's cool. Anyways, so they go to wake him up. They go to wake this man up, and he gets down on all fours and starts barking at them like a dog.
No.
This wasn't Ipsy. This guy was like.
I was just gonna ask, where are you?
If any of our listeners are familiar with the term crust punk, this man was fully crust punked out.
He's going for it.
And yeah, so apparently
Crusty
gets
and
down
dusty.
on. Okay, so employee walks over to this man. He's sleeping, and you know they're like, "Hey man, you're gonna have to wake up. Like we let you sleep for a little bit, but it's time to go." And this man's reaction is to get off of the stool, get down on his his hands and knees, start barking at them and growling like a dog. But then he goes into the bathroom.
Oh no!
The cafe specifically had a key for the bathroom that you had to obtain. You didn't have to ask. You didn't have to ask for it. It was just sitting on the counter. But he grabbed that, went in the bathroom, shit all over the place.
Oh my!
Dude, he smeared shit all over the place. And then gets out of the bathroom.
Some people.
So we called the cops. You know,
of course.
I called the cops immediately when somebody ran outside. I was outside smoking a cigarette when they went to wake him up. You know, I was outside, so immediately gets down on all fours, starts barking, runs into the bathroom. Somebody comes outside and they're like, "Dude, this is what just happened." And I'm like, "Oh wow, it's kind of fucking crazy." Call the cops. Somebody fucking goes inside. One of the kids that I was outside smoking a cigarette with, I'm not going to name him, but this man goes inside, knocks on the bathroom, like starts pounding on the bathroom door, and he's like, "Hey bro, the cops are on their way, like you got to get out of here." And I'm like, why would you tell him that? Like, this man obviously, like, I hate to have to be the one to call the police, but like, you don't do that to people. people were scared. Like customers were freaking out. The employees were terrified.
I don't know what I would
like,
do. That's why I've never worked.
Yeah,
in that
this
cafe.
man,
I'm, like,
like
shocked.
obviously had a knife in his pocket, like a fairly large one.
No,
you know,
he
like
didn't.
a clip-in
He
pocket
did.
knife.
He really
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, no, he did.
He had a
It
weapon.
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't.
Garnishing knife.
He didn't take it out. He wasn't brandishing it, but you could see that he had a knife on him. So it's like,
But how old was he? You think?
late 20s, early 30s.
Okay. Oh wow. So like these pictures of people I just pulled up on called crust punks. Whoa, that's my mail. Okay, here. Wait, this is it. There they are, right there.
Oh no, I don't know. Not like
Not
that.
like that. Okay,
No.
these are like
So let me describe.
Warped Tour punks.
Just very, very.
Yeah, I need more of a description of the man.
Yeah. He was a white guy with his head shaved. He's probably about 6 feet tall. Medium build.
Oh, he's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy. 6 foot tall, medium build. He's got tattoos on his head. He's got piercings all over. He's got his ears pierced, nose pierced. Whatever this piece, the piece between your eyes.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Whatever that is.
I don't know.
He's
what
got
that's
that pierced, eyebrows,
That's like the
everything's
bridge
pierced.
of your nose.
All of his clothes. He's wearing like 5 layers of clothes. And I want to preface this. This was definitely a fashion choice. He was wearing 5 layers of clothes. Or not 5, but he was wearing several layers of clothes. All of them.
I think I know this person.
All of them like slightly larger.
We're gonna have to talk off the air about this.
Yeah, all of them slightly larger. I know where this guy lives, or at least I know where he lived.
Yeah. But we can't disclose that.
But so certain.
Not at
So
all.
he's wearing several layers of clothes, lots of chains hanging off of his clothes, fucking bracelets, and just lots of metal all over him. In addition to the big,
Trying to remember his
I
name.
don't know,
But
jacket with patches all over it, which paint stains all over his clothes, or like I don't know, maple syrup or something.
It's a lifestyle, though.
It is. Well,
not
I
your
commend
lifestyle,
the guy.
yeah.
If that's a total like.
I mean, he's probably
That's a total commitment. To
musician.
dress like that is one thing, but to act like that is a
like
total nother thing.
He's like
you know what I mean?
Crew or
Like,
the Ramones or something.
that guy was not a fucking poser.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That guy was real.
But he was on bath salts, probably.
I have no idea.
I mean, it sounds.
He was
like
probably. I
this,
have no idea. I don't want to make any assumptions about.
I'm not. Don't do drugs, kids, as we always say.
Yeah, definitely do not.
Just smoke pot and drink whiskey or whatever you like.
Do things that are condoned.
Just be responsible.
Condoned by
balanced.
most people.
I mean, on that note, I don't think I have anything left other than reminding everybody that we're going to be releasing a bunch of content and merch next month, and I hope that you enjoyed the show. Oh, we can't end until you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything in moderation except coffee.
No.
It's always a great time for a
You
cup
can
of
drink as
coffee.
much.
You can have as much coffee as you want.
No,
It'll
you can have
never
as much
hurt you.
decaf.
Oh.
We don't have decaf yet, though. So
Yeah. Well.
This isn't actually going to be on the show. We're going to end. Wait, say your tagline again.
Yeah, it's always a great time for a cup of coffee.
Except you sounded like
Always.
Deborah Harry when you said that.